Hey guys, welcome back to the class. In this class, we are going to discuss about the programming languages. That is why we are going for the programming language and what is the use of programming language, what are the types of programming languages available, and so we'll go through that one by one. And in the previous video, we have discussed about some of the softwares like operating system, compiler, interpreter, then about assembler, right? So and here we are going to see how those compilers are involved in compiling the program and getting output from a program. And starting with the programming language, so first we should know why we are going for a programming language. So generally when a person communicates with another person, so we can use natural languages for communications, right? So that a person can understand what another person is saying. And in the same way, if a person wants to communicate with the system, so he or she cannot directly communicate with the system with the help of natural languages. So we need some communication language between the user and the computer, and for that purpose we are going for these programming languages. So here the programming languages are used as a communication media for the person and the computer, that is the user and the computer. And here computer always understands the binary digits, that is bits, ones and zeros, whereas human can understand the languages, the programming languages. So with the help of programming languages, the human is going to communicate with the computer. So this is why we are going for the programming languages. Then what is a programming language? So programming language is actually a computer language that is used by the programmers to communicate with the computers. And this programming language consists of set of instructions, and it uses the languages like C, C++, Java, Python, etc. And here the programming languages are classified into three types, that is low level language, high level language, and middle level language. Coming to low level language, so it is a machine dependent language, and there is no need of any compiler or interpreter in order to do compilation and for executing the machine dependent languages, because directly the machine can understand these kind of languages. So we know compiler and interpreter is used to convert the source code into machine code. As here we are using machine dependent languages itself, there is no need of conversion for executing that code. So we don't need of compiler and interpreter here. And the examples for low level languages are machine language and assembly language. So here for converting the assembly language into a machine code, we have assembler. Coming to the next classification, that is high level language. So this high level language is exclusively designed for developing user friendly software programs. And when we have high level language, so we need compiler and interpreter, because the high level language cannot be understandable by the machine directly. So we need to convert that high level language into a machine code. For that purpose, here we need compiler and interpreter. And when we say high level language, so those languages are easy to read, write, and maintain by the users. And these are all some of the examples for high level languages like C, C++, Java, JavaScript, C#, Python, etc. So these are all some of the examples. Then the last type of language is middle level language. So this middle level language lies between the low level and high level programming language, and it is closely related to machine language and human language. The example we can give for middle level language is C and C++. So this C and C++ comes under the category middle level language also. And there are some programming languages which are widely used nowadays. So these are all the list of languages that are most widely used, that is C, C++, Java, JavaScript, C#, Python, Ruby, R, PHP, etc. Till now we have seen the importance of programming languages and the types of programming languages. So now we will see how we can create, compile and execute a program. So you can see the structure here. In the structure, so initially we are going to create a source file, and this source file can be written in any of the programming languages like C, C++, C Sharp, Java, so anything. So first we are creating a source file, and that source file contains the code, that is source code. And here for example I have taken it as C code, so that's why I'm saving it as sample.c. So this is a C file, and once this file is created, so this file should be given to a compiler. Before sending it into a compiler, there is one more phase called, that is pre-processing. So there is one more phase, pre-processing is there. So in that pre-processing stage, all the header files that is related with this source file will be added along with the source file, and then it is given to the compiler. Then the job of compiler is to convert the source code into a target code, that is machine code. So here this compiler converted the source file into an object file. So here we obtained an sample object file. So now this object file will be sent to a linker. So the purpose of this linker is to link this object file with the header files available. So after linking this header files with this object file, so this file will become an executable file. So now this file is ready to be executed. So after this, so this file will get executed, that is it will be given to the CPU, and this CPU now will process this file and produces the output. So that output will be displayed to the user screen. And this process is actually called as compilation. So during compilation, your compiler converts the source code into object file. Along with that, we'll be having a linker to link the header files with the object file. Then that file will become an executable file. So all these process comes under the compilation. This is how a program is created, it is compiled and then gets executed.